My name is Charlotta Bävholm. I am 26 years old and I'm a freelance artist from Sweden. And this is my application for Painting Drama 1. So let's get to it. The first question is, what's my relationship to failure? My relationship to failure, I think, is just like many artists. It's not nice to fail, doesn't feel good, but like we know that it's needed somehow. To be able to progress, we must realize what we're doing wrong. And my best mistake, if you can like call a mistake good, was when I actually dared to ask why I failed. And that was earlier this year when I sent in a work test for a studio I wanted to work at. And they said no. And I had a friend who worked there, and she urged me to contact them again and ask them why I didn't get in. So I was like, okay, I don't want to waste their time, but sure, I'll try. And so I did. I asked them, okay, why didn't I get in? Why did I fail? And the lead to the artist from that place, she sent me like a long mail of things that I could improve. And I was like, wow. She basically told me what I needed to improve to get jobs like that in the future. So from that failure, I think I really learned something, and I dared to ask for help and for critique. All right, next question. What are my big dreams? And prove it. Okay, so my biggest dream is to become a fantasy artist and work on stuff like League of Legends and Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. Big names, I know, but it's not the companies that pull me in. It's more the work they put out. I feel like that's exactly what I want to do, so that's why I want to work for them. And to prove it, I couldn't think of any other way than to just show you. So I do a lot of conventions and sell at the Artist Alley. So here's one of my prints. Yeah, you can see pretty well right there. That I made because it was like a work test for myself to see if I could paint something that looked like a potential magic card. Another one of my big dreams that is more like my secret heart hope dream is to someday make my own manga. And that might seem like a completely separate goal from being a fantasy artist, but I think that as long as you learn the techniques, like storytelling in pictures versus comics, I don't think it's all that different actually. So I hope that I will be able to in the future accomplish both. And what is my strongest strength? I think my strongest strength is that I'm very patient. I don't rush paintings. I make sure to plan them out mostly beforehand, to do my thumbnails, to test around before I settle with something. And this patience also has to do with the studying part. I try and I try again and again, and I don't easily get discouraged. I know that it takes time to improve whatever you want to improve. And that has made me a very patient person. What's my greatest weakness? I think my greatest weakness is that I tend to overthink and maybe even overplan my pictures. I think I do that out of fear of failure. I try to be as prepared as possible, but in doing so, it's kind of a procrastination in a way. Even though I'm working, I'm taking way more time than I should. And I try to combat this by trying to make quicker paintings, so that I don't get caught up too much in the planning and the thinking, and just get to what I'm supposed to do. What is my favorite Muppet? I think my favorite Muppet is the Cookie Monster, and it's not for any like deep reason or anything. I just also love cookies. What can I offer my fellow students at this course? I have worked at a studio before, and I've gotten to give a lot of feedback and critique, so I'm quite well versed in that. So I think the best I can do is just try to keep up with everyone else's work, and be active, and try to help people as much as I can. How do I respond to tough love / criticism? Well, at first I like to just take a step back and listen to what they have to say. I think it's so easy to get defensive about your own work, even if you don't mean to. It's just like that reflex that you feel like you have to explain your choices in a picture to someone. But critique isn't really about that. So at first I just like to listen to what they have to say, and like try to understand where they come from. And for my latest project, the picture that I showed you, the critique I got from that picture after it was completed, I've actually saved that in a notepad document, so that when I do the next similar picture, I can take that feedback and apply it to my next picture. And I think that's very valuable to try and remember the feedback you get for next time. And that about wraps it up, I think. I hope I will see you all in the course. Thank you.